I found a website that displays files that should never be publicly available on the internet. And the scariest part, nobody hacked anything. And today I'm going to show you how this happens and why it's a huge security problem. This website is called GrayHatWarfare, and basically it works as a search engine for files exposed on the internet. It mainly indexes things that are in storage services like Amazon's S3 buckets. In other words, it's not an intrusion, it's not hacking. It's simply a file that was left public due to a configuration error. And that's where the problem begins. When a company creates cloud storage, like an S3 bucket, it needs to define who can access it. If it's configured as public, anyone with the link can access it. And worse, these files can be indexed and easily found. In practice, what should be an internal environment ends up being exposed to the entire internet. This usually happens due to human error, poorly done automation, or simply a lack of security review. What it finds: internal PDF files, backups, spreadsheets with sensitive data, private images, database dumps, logs, etc. I will show you here in a controlled manner, without accessing any sensitive data or exposing any company. And here you can see the type of content, such as configuration files, logs, or backups. I will not open any sensitive files here, because the objective is to understand the risk, not to exploit it. This has a high impact on companies, and the most interesting thing is that this is not uncommon. Only generic terms were used for educational purposes. Now imagine this in a real-world scenario. A company could unknowingly leave a backup with internal data exposed, or logs containing sensitive information, or even configuration files with credentials. And all this without any direct attack, just due to a configuration error. From a security standpoint, this is completely avoidable. The first point is simple. Storage should never be public by default. After that, well-defined access control comes into play: who can read, who can write. And most importantly, auditing. You need to constantly review whether any resource is unnecessarily exposed. Monitoring tools, SIEM, and even solutions like Microsoft Defender help identify this type of risk. This type of vulnerability isn't sophisticated, but it's extremely common. And this is just one example of how the internet is full of things exposed without anyone noticing. If you work with technology, security, or cloud computing, this should concern you. If you enjoy this kind of more technical and to-the-point content, subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to bring more real-world analyses like this one.